My dude, the Wyoming Tom, good morning to you as well, man. Got some Jimi Hendrix going on in the background right now, man. Them Changes. I don't know if I've ever heard the song by Jimi Hendrix. It's fucking sick. DJ Eva Walker, EXP, The Early Show. Good morning to you, brother. Gearing up, obviously, for some Road Atlanta racing. Did a couple races over here last night. Raced a Psycho Pass, a couple of them, man. It was cool though, man. Also, I'm having weird ass issues with my fucking wheel again. God damn it. So, anyways, yeah, soaking Tuesday to you. Hope all is well for you and yours. Hope your race day is well. More importantly, your life day for you and your familia. See what we can do over here bright and early. Hell yeah, dude. Were you doing Road Atlanta or were you doing other races? That's right. I saw you on the chat with on Led's channel, right? Yeah. After I got done checking out Led's stream, hear me. I did some time trial and gosh, it was about 9:30. Gee, oh, you were doing that one, okay? Dude, I don't, you know, depending on how these cats are acting over here, I might have to jump in that too, man. I had some, and number one, good on you, man. I'm glad you had a good time over there. I really love G-Force. Generally speaking, I'm going to slant towards the Group 4 races versus the Group 3. But yeah, depending on how this morning goes, I might reconsider that. I had 3 races over here in the morning yesterday, and man, it was cool, man. Everyone was being chill. I'm not good at Atlanta. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable with this course. So plus Group 4. Anyways, yeah, man. So I had some good races in the morning. I was like, oh, rad. You know, it's gonna be a fun week. And I mean, as far as like, you know, competition goes, and I, like I said, I'd set a new time, and I was like, I'm gonna jump in a race or two and just see where my qualified position is gonna be sitting at now. And man, there were a couple dudes. I did 2 races total. The first race, hey, John Gisby, good morning to you. Stoking Tuesday, or rather, I'm gathering Stoking Tuesday evening for yourself, or afternoon, right? Yeah, I was just telling the Super Dupus, aka Wyoming Tom, about my experience last night over here in the Americas region. So anyways, I see these two fucking guys, and their names kind of look familiar. The donkey's referring to like the. I think it's like some people's, like they get off, nearly 2 p.m. here. Yeah, well, they're just barely starting out. Dude, I am listening to. Who the fuck is this? Give me a sec, guys. Dude, you guys got to hear this version of Midnight Rider, but it's done by Buddy Miles. Check this out. Check this out. Dude, number one, good morning, Philness, Deepata, and all. Dude, are you guys just tripping out on this version of Midnight Rider? It's by Buddy Miles. It's from 1971, dude. Who was it that does the big, I got one more silver dollar? It was like Molly Hatchet or something. Dude, that was sick. Okay, going back to the donkeys. Yeah, Tom, those motherfuckers were donkeys, dude. I wasn't even like mad, dude, because I was just like, what the fuck are you guys doing, dude? I saw one of them take out one of the homies on course, and I was like, I was definitely like it yesterday morning. I was just telling Tom, man, though, yesterday afternoon, or rather evening, last night, about 9:30 my time. A couple of cats. This guy Fades. He runs a Brazilian flag, Fades. I've seen him on course before. I want to say he rang a bell as being a dirty dude. Another dude was, hey, Len, good morning to you. Another dude was like VRS, and then it was like 0x1 or some shit like that. I don't know what their deal was. It seemed to me like they were like coordinatedly attacking other dudes on course, just like randomly causing havoc. I'm gathering just like some cats who get off on that shit. And so I saw one of them take out one of the homies in the first race, and I was like, oh, maybe they had like something going on. And so the other race, I saw him really take out the homie, and I was like, oh, okay, right? So when the opportunity presented itself, I, got some retribution for the homie. And, you know, whatever, man. These guys were fucking slow anyways. I was blowing by them. And then I get up towards the front, and right about in this section right here, and the dude, the fades, all of a sudden, like, he just kind of slows down. I was like, huh, okay, you know, like, I'm catching up to him, whatever, right? And I'm like, maybe he's going to have a penalty. I don't know. It was, like, weird. He, like, slowed down, and he gets right next to me and just slams me in the wall. And I'm like, oh, wow, dude, like, that was pretty bizarro, but okay. And this is not the guy that I had hit earlier anyways. And, yeah, that's what I figured they were. You know how, anyways, long story short, man, it was pretty wild. I will never fully understand why you've taken the time to build up your skills. You take your time to purchase a PlayStation, and you've taken the time to pay for online services. So why the fuck you want to just go out there and intentionally be a dick? I don't get it, man. Actually, I do kind of get it, man. To me, it's in many ways not unlike how the MAGA fucking motherfuckers are here in the United States. So I do kind of get that level of stupidity. All right, so yeah, first race of the morning. Again, stoking morning or evening for many of you. Don't think I forgot about you, Deepatha, over there in the India. Morning my way, hella early in the morning. And fired up to get in some racing. Thus far, surviving the chaos. Thus far, doesn't appear to be any weirdos out on course. We got the, just FYI, guys, the homie in the P1 position. He's a streamer out of, I want to say, like, Ireland, Belfast. Yeah, super good guy, man. If you guys are unfamiliar with his channel, I highly suggest you check him out. GT Realm. He's such a cool guy. He talks with a really cool Irish accent. What was he saying? Like, one day I was checking out his stream, and I'm like, dude, I didn't know he was a Euro guy, right? I'd seen him around in Europe and over here. So I got on his channel, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you know, like, he's like, oh, always good to see you, Hector, you know, like, and then I was like, all right, dude, I got it. Oh, Cliffy's his name. Oh, you're right. I'm right, right? He's a dude from Belfast, and or anyways, I was like, okay, dude, I gotta head out. You know, I gotta go to the job. And he's like, oh, gotta go get that lolly. And I'm like, what the fuck is lolly, dude? He's like, making the lolly, making the bread. And I was like, yes. I went to the job, and I told Tristan, I was like, yeah, man, I was fucking him these. Anyways, now, yeah, that's the Tristan and I sing at the job, man, making the lolly. Hey, thanks for throwing his link up there, dude. Yeah, he's so fucking cool, man. Love that guy, man. So yeah, really nice dude, man. Okay, we got the Zeno 79. I'm gathering EU. Maybe he might be from the EU. Go ahead, man. You got by it cleanly. Just go take it, dude. Ooh, way to survive. I thought you were about to go in the grass right there. Yeah, I've been yapping too much and let this homie get ahead of me. Whatever, dude. Yeah, again, stoking day to all. Hope everyone's race day as well. More importantly, I hope your life day is well for you and your familias, wherever you may be on this great, big, beautiful biosphere called Spaceship Earth. I gotta say, man, yesterday was a very memorable day over here in the United States of America. We had a wannabe dictator that is Donald Trump have another essential dictator from the country of El Salvador in the Oval Office, and amongst the topics they were discussing was one Kilmar Albrego Garcia, a El Salvador immigrant to the U.S. Came here, I don't know, I think he came here like 2006 or something, or I don't know what year exactly, but he's had federal immigration protective status since 2019, not to be deported to his home country of El Salvador due to like essentially amnesty, I guess. He he and his family feel threatened by elements in his home country. Never been to El Salvador, but as I understand it, it's kind of gnarly there. Now, what are you doing, dog? That was not totally necessary, homie. Jesus, dog. I think these guys that are just like, because we're on these racing hards and they're not gathering how to stop their cars. I mean, that's the only thing I can guess. I'm like, why would you want to be overly aggressive like that? Anyways, so this guy, Pilmar Abrego Garcia, as part of Donald Trump's racist-driven crackdown on immigration, he's been like sending these ICE agents, Immigration Customs Enforcement, on a fucking terror spree, picking up what they consider to be illegal immigrants, right? Which is, okay, you want to be a fucking racist douchebag. That's absolutely, not to be unexpected of a Donald Trump. But what's going on with these guys is they're not giving cats due process, meaning doesn't matter if you're here legally or not here legally, right? Everyone has the right to be before a judge. Like, imagine if you're in another country, god damn it, you're accused of a specific crime, right? You would hope that you would end up before a court, right? That's not what's going on here, man. And so the ICE, as far as been reviewed, it's you're familiar with it, right? So to anybody else who doesn't know, Pilmar is picked up as part of this crackdown on immigrants. And okay, I'm just gonna back up and say I'm 1,000% certain that there are gnarly gang members in this country. I've encountered gnarly gang members in this country multiple times in my life. I've been robbed by them. They're sketchy motherfuckers. Frankly, I think a fucking gnarly ass gang member is the worst kind of despicability upon, especially on their own race. Is the worst kind of creature there is. Well, I don't want to say worse. I put them equal on par with Donald Trump and their administration. Just I don't know if you can necessarily call it evil, but just fucking evil. Yeah. So I'm in no way defending actual fucking criminals, man. Now, that said, even a gnarly ass criminal, in my opinion, has to be judged in a court of law. Like, just because anyone can be fucking innocent, man. We don't know. That's why I don't stand for capital punishment. Yeah. So again, the key word is here, man, or the key phrase is due process, aka having your chance, your day in court, right? These guys who Donald Trump picked up, put on an airplane, and have flown. We the government, by the government, for the government. It's fucking bizarro, dude. So, as I understand it, Trump's paying this fucking prison in El Salvador, and there are a couple of weird ass racers in this one, weren't there? It's giving these guys fucking $6 million a year to house these fucking terrorists. Along the way, the ICE picked up this Kilmar Abreu Garcia, they admitted to it once his family reported him, like, hey, like, you weren't supposed to take our dude, our dad, our husband, because he had protected status, right? The government admitted he had protected status. The case goes to court, and the court agrees. This federal district judge, I want to say, maybe in Maryland State, agreed that that he had protected status, and not only that, even leading up to that, right? As this plane that's flying out these prisoners, once the federal courts got word of it, they're like, hey, whoa, what you're doing is legal. You can't just fly people out of the country without a court hearing, right? There's steps you have to go through, right? Again, due process, right? The government essentially says, nah, fuck you, we're going to do what we want to do. That's major beyond red flag. I don't know about you, man, but if a judge tells me to do something and I don't do it right, I get thrown in jail. That's the way it works. Now, has there over time been crooked judges? Absolutely, man. There's going to be corruption in every facet of community life, right? So again, Trump's team does this lollygag shit about what do they call it, the Alien Enemies Act, some fucking obscure law from the 1800s to ship out foreign nationals, right? Which is weird. It's my understanding. Sorry I didn't respond. I'm busy. That's all okay. So again, this guy is over in El Salvador. His family's trying to fight for him. This Judge Zenas, I believe, Xinis. This, I want to say, was this Thursday. Good morning, Sheldo. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Hey, Phoenix. Good morning. She puts out another quarter. I want to say this was, yeah, right on, brother. Likewise, my man. She puts out another order and is like, I think it was Thursday, and she's like, okay, like, you guys in the Department of Justice, right? What the fuck's going on? This is the day in court, right? The lawyers for the government essentially have no answers, and this judge is like, what do you mean you have no answers? Like, okay, get this guy back now, right? The Department of Justice stance is that this federal judge they don't need to report to this federal judge. So this fight goes to the Supreme Court, which, as I understand it, in most cases, right, something doesn't make it to the Supreme Court without many obstacles or many requirements need to be met, right, before the Supreme Court will hear a case. I guess they essentially fast-tracked this to the Supreme Court. Forgive my ignorance on how that whole process works. It's been a long time since I studied about the Supreme Court and how cases get to them. But it's my understanding it's always been like something along the lines of how, like, death row inmates, right, have to go through like hell of process or hell of appeals processes. That's the word, appeals. So the Supreme Court, which packed with, I don't want to say packed, but definitely packed with the right slanted thinking, what they refer to here in America as conservatives judges, but what I refer to, and a couple of them, in this Tony Barrett chick and the other fucking Trump appointee, the fucking drunk guy, as fucking pawns of fucking racism, and pawns of fascism. They send back the initial request by the federal judge, and they're like, yeah, you know, they're telling the Department of Justice and the government, yeah, basically you have to bring him back and maintain it. But judge, first you got to change the wording in the order for the government to bring Mr. Albrego Garcia back. Specifically, you need to change the word effectuate, E-F-F-C or U-C-T-A-T-E, effectuate, which basically means like do this. You need to change that word to facilitate, F-A-C-I-L-I-T-A-T-E, facilitate, which essentially means to clear the way for something to occur, right? Which I remember when I read about this statement, right? This wording that needed to be just ever so slightly different before the Supreme Court would agree to that. I thought to myself, wow, that's kind of bizarre, but at the same time, it also kind of made sense. They're saying that, like, in the context of a foreign government or foreign policy, right? You can't tell, like, a federal court doesn't have the quote-unquote power to tell a president how to handle foreign policy, right? The federal courts may make suggestions. Anyways, that kind of makes sense, right? But the Trump administration has taken this to a whole another level of bizarreness. Like, why is the Justice Department, right? The essentially the legal arm of the U.S. government. Why would they be fighting this? The government admitted that Albrego Garcia, they made a clerical error. He wasn't supposed to be included in that list of people who were shipped without due process. None of these guys were given due process. Again, that's the fucking gnarly part. None of these guys were given due process. Even if they are who they were accused of being, they're still supposed to. That's what makes America America. You're supposed to have due process. And yeah, man, you know, that's going to happen sometimes. But what I'm getting at, man, is they're not. Government is literally fighting to keep this guy from here. So yesterday, this is a gnarly. Yesterday was a very gnarly day in American history, man. This might have been the turning point towards. Thank you, Philinus. Towards some really fucking gnarly shit, man. Trump had the president of El Salvador in the fucking Oval Office, and it was very much anticipated where they were going to come out and legally, you know, pronounce how they're going to get this father and husband, Omar Albrego Garcia, out of this federal prison. And they basically said no and laughed it off. And this fucking weird-ass Stephen Miller guy says that, oh, no, the fucking Supreme Court ruled in our favor. Like, we won. And sitting in this Oval Office is the American Attorney General, this Pam Bondi chick. It was so fucking... No, actually, it wasn't bizarre, man. It's kind of be commonplace with this fucking shit show of a quote-unquote administration currently occupying the Oval Office, man. Long story short, boys and girls who may be here in the States or who are not, this is fascist behavior. This is shit that dictators do. We had a sitting U.S. quote-unquote president in the Oval Office with a legitimate dictator laughing about the freedom of an unjustly incarcerated human being. That's not. What the fuck was that guy doing, man? Why did that guy do that? He must have got bounced off someone. Anyways, yeah, man, it's a scary time for the United States of America. I've been alive for many decades. I've witnessed a lot of. It's a big miss now. Don't agree with side either. Just saying the obvious. I didn't catch that, Garlene. Good morning to you, my brother. Yeah, man, that's not okay for a. Yeah, right on, Deep W. Will. It's not okay for a president to. Well, I wouldn't even consider Donald Trump a president. I'd consider him a sick and twisted psychopath, man. There's something legitimately wrong with that dude's behavior, man. What the fuck? Who was it that, oh, Broccoli with the Cheddar. I raced this guy before. He's cool. Who's the fucking guy who just, like, got all weirded out in the corner right there and just, like, bumped into me? I'm like, what are you doing, dog? Okay, I'm gonna try and give you a bump unless you don't want it. Okay, where you at? Yeah, looks like. Okay, is this the same guy over here? I don't think so. Yeah, it's just like, dude, I think he got ping-ponged into me because I was like, anyways, whatever, dude. But it kind of felt like, well, he added on an extra bump, like he was like angry that I was trying to take him out or something. I'm like, I'm not trying to take you out, dude. I just fucking. Anyways, it's all bad. Still have to keep the hope up. Yeah, as we walk. Yeah, it's very all fucking bad. Yeah, I tell you, man. Was it 2 weeks ago? I took part in some local protest, part of the nationwide movement that's protesting what's going on in this country right now. And I gotta say, that day in this very red-leaning zone of California where I live, legitimate fucking idiot racists in this area, a lot. And I never lived in a zone like this. I've always lived in bigger urban areas, more slanting towards people's freedom to express themselves and how they want to live, right? And definitely been an eye-opener here in the Central Valley. But I gotta say, man, I went to this protest anticipating I was going to see like 20 people out there, man, and there were hundreds. There was over 1,000, man, and which blew my mind that people out here cared that much, man. I gotta say, in that day, like you said, man, I gotta have hope. That day really did uplift my hope, man. And you know, I've always had faith in quote unquote the good shall overcome the bad, right? That's always been there, man. But yeah, this is just a very, very sketchy time, man. Very sketchy time. Yeah. So, see if we can survive the fucking chaos that is these guys through here. Hey, where did I start off? I think I started off MP5, right? Definitely got slammed around and dropped a few spots. Trying to get started getting some stuff back, man. Yeah, I don't think there's so many as much as like dirty races, as much as like everyone's just having a difficult time on these racing hard tires. Good thing about POTUS format, yeah. There's nothing good about that, man. The one good thing will be when that motherfucker ends up himself in a prison, and every one of those people that allowed his shenanigans to occur, a television personality with no experience in public service, being given the reins to the Oval Office, man. Yeah, there will never be anything okay with that. Dude, I was like, I thought this guy's gonna try and give me the bump trap, but no, Molina 28, I really hope not. Stirred in my morning news while driving to work. Yeah, dude, I mean, you know, man, this is shit people need to be talking about, man. This is not okay, dude. Not okay at all. Dude, this fucking guy, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking idiot? Yeah, it's, it really fucked me up yesterday at work, man. It's like I'm at work, man, and it was like being shell-shocked. What we have become here in the U.S., man. I agree. I live in a state full of Trump supporters. Yeah, it's I think we all can say we all, right, have family and friends that are caught up in that shit to some degree. It's mind-blowing to me, man. The guy's a genuine idiot. The guy out and out lies all the time. Blatantly lies. The dude doesn't know how to answer a question asked of him. He's a literal moron. And now this, man. It's just I don't know how these guys can sit there like. And why are they using the Oval Op? This is like the second time now, right? What was it, like 6-7 weeks ago back now that they had that whole weird, really bizarre public spectacle with them and the president of Ukraine, right? The Zelensky guy, right? Where they're essentially telling this president who's fighting for the sovereignty or the freedom of his country against a big ass mega power. They're talking down to him like he's a little kid and essentially laughing and mocking him, right? This man who's fighting for freedom. I mean, that's what I don't get, dude. Like, when he talks, he comes off like a genuine idiot, like he really doesn't know. Which I think, to agree, he doesn't, man. I mean, the dude was not allowed by the owners to be an NFL team owner, right? That says a lot. Not to say those guys are fucking innocent of sin, man. I mean, you know, and again, man, we've all got skeletons in our closet. Anyone who finds anyone find it weird 5 meals went up in space this morning? Something about Bezos fucking did some shit like that. No, I don't necessarily find that the 5 females went up in space. I think it's fucking disgusting that with everything going on with poverty and the disparity of wealth that we're now seeing in the U.S. unlike I've ever seen in my lifetime. I've seen it in other countries, but I never thought I'd see it as much as I do here. I think that's what's weird, man. Katy Perry's. I don't know who Katy Perry is. I understand it. Katy Perry is maybe a celebrity. Um, Jesus, dude. I'm just getting fucking butchered over here, man. Will you be in a short? Yeah, I'll be in a short about screwing up. Yeah, so I'm interested to see. Yeah, for real. Okay, dude. Hey, Tom, thanks for stopping by to say what up. Enjoy your work day. On that note, I'm going to take a quick PIT stop, and before I jump into race number 3. Dude, how the fuck am I? Yeah, I must be racing in some low points build up guys because I'm like, that was a fairly decent finish recovery. And, anyways, hey, I'll be right back, guys. Pardon me.
It was there in the dark of that uncertain night that we watched for the U-boats and waited for a fight. Then a fire and a rock and a great explosion roared, and they laid the Reuben James on that cold ocean floor. Tell me what will their name? Tell me what will their name? Do you have the pen of the Reuben James? What will their name? Tell me what will their name? Do you have the pen of the Reuben James?
All right, we're gearing up for race number 3 in the morning. Thus far, it's been rough going, man. I don't know, man, what the sketchies these cats are getting out here. This race B, this is now second day. Generally, you're gonna see. Excuse me. Excuse me. Generally, you're gonna see sketchy driving like I witnessed this morning on the Monday morning, right? When everyone's just barely getting used to what's going on. Yeah, not today. I mean, to be fair, I've also been allowing cats to catch up to me, so I've been super slow on my laps. I got to pick my shit up. But yeah, there's definitely some hyperly aggressive cats that have been on course. Yeah, I had a pretty significant amount of separation from the pack behind me last race. Just continuously blew it through multiple sections. Allowed those guys to catch up to me, which, I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's all my fault. So yeah, I got to be better. But yeah, if they smell blood, man, they definitely go for the jugular. Yeah, so again, it's going to be interesting to see like how these homies been talking about how it's all going to play out. Yeah, again, it's freaky times here in the U.S., man. When denial of legal rights provided to everyone here occurs, that's put us in the realm of something different that we've never been, man. Again, I've been around the sun a few times, few decades, seen a lot in my lifetime, seen a lot of corruption occur within the U.S. government, seen the essential destruction of the unions in America, which are what led to America's quote-unquote greatness as far as security and strength of the middle class. I myself raised in a union household. My mother worked for the Teamsters her whole life. My father was socially active in the Bay Area. Both my parents were, very much so. I learned about that, about the power of the working man, the power of the unions, right? this country is continuously. I'm going back to work. Keep on fighting the struggle. Yeah. I appreciate that, brother. Right on. Be well. May your work day be well. Thank you. What we're seeing again in this country now is a gap between those that have and those that don't. I remember as a kid going. I spent all my summers in El Paso, Texas, where my parents were from, and it's right there, the border to Mexico, specifically the city of Juarez. And I remember on the U.S. side of the freeway, the Highway 10 that goes right there through downtown El Paso. On one side, you had the university, you had all these big, beautiful homes in El Paso. On the other side, you could see people's houses. You could literally see them off the freeway that were like homeless encampments, which we see often a lot here in the U.S. now, right? But growing up, we didn't have homeless encampments here on every corner. Growing up, yeah, were there always poor people? Sure. Occasionally you would see, and I'm taking it back, man, to the 70s when I was a little kid. Occasionally you would see like a quote-unquote crazy person on the street here in the U.S., right? But generally, they were... Anyways, you would see this, but not to the extent that we're at now, right? We have, the whole war on drugs, man. We can all talk about that ad nauseum, right? How it essentially fucking completely backfired here in the U.S., man. And yeah, we do have a major drug epidemic in this country, man. There's no doubt about that, right? And I get that, being someone who's now sober for well over a decade. I get the insanity of addiction. It's not it's an existence, a hellish existence. I wouldn't wish upon any of my fellows, man. But it's there. But what I'm getting at, man, is where we're at. It's all just, dude. We got all the homies in this one. Yeah, we're seeing a changing of the guard, man, and it's not good. All right, so let's see if we can actually get in a clean competitive race on this one. I think I'm gonna be stuck back in the pack again, right? P7 this time, okay, which is not gonna be the greatest start position, but yeah, I gotta be smart on this one. Got some homies on this race, so that should ideally lend to. We need a food war. See who can feed the most. Yeah, right. Fucking A, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild ass times, man. And again, I got faith that that all will turn out. Like one part of me like goes to like, oh, could there like literally be like what we? I don't know if you all saw that movie, The Civil War. I watched it just to, and I gotta say, man, you're watching this movie, man, and you're like, yeah, that could potentially happen. And just recently, this Steve Bannon guy is coming out saying, trying to justify the legality of that shit, right? Of Donald Trump fucking around with the idea of a third term, right? Which I don't think anybody should even fuck around with that, talking like that. But he does. Okay, here goes the crawler. How did I know that Doe guy was going to do that? Okay, well, go get it. Go then, dude. Jesus, dude. Oh, that's a homie, Alice Gill. That is the homie. I thought that was that Doe guy again. I was like, Jesus, dude, don't get all fucking pushy over here, homie. No, dude, why do you fucking... Yeah, dude, you just, you know, we all have our learning curve, man, but trying to go for a pass in a turn is not a good idea, dude. Yeah. I think the crawler forced him out. Okay, yeah, race number 3 on the morning. Hey, you know what? I forgot to do my usual spiel. But frankly, it's a good thing I have, because I certainly wouldn't have adhered to it in any of these races. For all my competitors, may y'all find success in what you're doing. Apparently, a lot of these guys have been trying to do a lot more than racing. May we all either maintain or gain in our sportsmanship/safety race, have a fun-ass race, competitive race. For myself, I'm going to say it is always my primary goal is to earn the respect of my competitors, keep my driving honorable, keeping it classy. Definitely have been doing that. Equally as important, maintain my composure, keep my emotions in check. That includes how I handle my vehicle race scenarios. That includes any verbal opinions I may want to express about my competitor. Should I feel the need to do so? Ideally, make sure to set opinions within the PMA's positive mental attitude certified zone of speak. Long story short, don't get mad. Hit other cars in my car, don't get mad and talk smack. I definitely have, man. Hey guys, the pump the lights. Sorry, I didn't receive. Okay, yeah, these must be old messages. Alright, so yeah, again, most importantly, everybody, thanks you again for stopping by to say hello. Always a treat to see you guys. What the fuck are these guys doing? I'm gonna go ahead and back out of these guys, whatever they got going on. Hope everyone's race day as well. More importantly, hope your all's life day as well. And where's Crawler? Where's Crawler? Go get it. I see you. You're good. I'm trying to give you the bump trap, homie. Go. Yeah, so long story short, don't get mad and hit the cars in my car, don't get mad and talk shit. I haven't necessarily been getting mad. Been talking a little bit of shit, but I gotta say, I got the, at least I'm not legitimately getting angry about it, man. I gotta say, man, I got too much other shit on my mind than just race points with what's, again, going on in this country right now. Interested to see how the Supreme Court responds to the defiance of the Trump administration, man. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what plays out next. As of right now, I know there are going to be organized protests scheduled for this Saturday, and we'll see what happens. Dude, this Doe guy needs to really chill out, Doe. He's actually causing himself more issues by these over-aggressive dive bomb maneuvers in the corner. Whoa, and I need to make sure that I'm smart, not get my vehicle off track. I need to make sure that I'm smart and get my vehicle through this, through these guys battling lines cleanly. Hope I avoided a penalty right there. I might have been a little bit too close to the inside. Stronger exit, not the ideal exit, but a little bit stronger. Let's see if I can stay in the Crawler and the Ezekiel strip slipstream. Looks like we are maintaining that. These guys get a little bumpy right here. What are these guys doing, dude? Fucking guys, man. Whoa, dude, what was going on right? Oh shit, what was going on right there? Okay, dude. I mean, I will take it. I gotta say, the crawler is the homie. I don't know if that was a, dude, is the homie the Philness up in P2? Go get it, Phil. I haven't been paying any attention, man. I just been like trying to fucking keep my vehicle on course and trying to navigate through these guys, battling each other, man, which is kind of slowing us all down. And now, obviously, I'm hella fucking slow. Is this fucking guy bumping me along? Dude, we appreciate that. Gremlin Pit TV, these guys are a little bit bummed. Dude, are you telling me that I'm slow as fuck on your, make sure the homies got plenty of room. You go get it, you go get it, you go get it. We got a pretty significant lead on these guys now. Okay, we're good. Just make sure I get a clean break. Yeah, the crawler's way faster than myself. Oh, okay. Though I do need you to pick it up though, homie. Because the homie back there has definitely got his speed on. Alan Ezekiel. Wow, Alan Ezekiel's getting real fast with it. Alright, finally a decent exit. Alright, so yeah, race number 3 on the morning. Thus far it's been a shitty runny things, or rather a not so great race performance. Hopefully things will improve. I gotta say, I think all due respect to the good homie, the crawler, man, who helped me out right there with some less than honorable cats. I mean, cats weren't, it wasn't like, I don't think they were being like dirty or anything. I just think that they were being a little bit more aggressive than they had to be. My lap times are definitely not where I should be for race pace. But yeah, kudos to the good homie, the Philness up there. Currently in the podium spot. Kudos to the homie, the GT Realm, the Holy Hand Grenade, the Thor. Obviously, we got the crawler right here. Going through changes. Oh shit, the crawler's got a penalty? Wow. Yeah, he's definitely got a large enough gap though on me that it's not going to be of any benefit to myself. Alright, so he had like a 1.5 second, or he had a 0.5 second penalty. Yeah, that basically, that penalty equates to like a full second. Alright, so survive this one with the help of the good homie. Yeah, there was some, there's definitely some wilder competition. Oh man, broccoli with cheddar got, huh? All right, let's see how we did over here. Hey, by the way, I'm right now listening to the Charles Bradley changes covering Black Sabbath. Check this out. Yes, you did. Morning. Oh, nigga, stop by. Nigga, stop by the Popa this morning. Yeah, C-dubs. Yeah, dude, I was like, I've never had issues with that Allen guy, man. Dude, hey, congratulations to you, Phil. That was fucking sick with it. Yeah, I was like, there's no way I would have finished with actually some points gained for the crawler right there. Yeah, like you said, sweeping up the debris, man. I know a couple of those guys in that race. I don't think as much as I would say they're maybe being dirty as much as they just have a really difficult time controlling their vehicle in these racing hard tires, man. Which I get it, man. This is not easy. You really got to be on your toes, especially in race conditions, right? Especially if you got a group of guys battling ahead of you. That's, you're kind of desperate to like break away from the pack behind, but yet you can't because you got kind of like this impenetrable wall of fucking. Anyways, man, but yeah, crawler brother, number one, good morning to you, or maybe afternoon out your way out in the Florida state. No, it's still morning out there, right? It's what, about 10 in the morning? More importantly, great life day. And to the good homie, the C-dubs, glad you didn't get pulled over again. I saw the homies at the job about that yesterday. I was like, yeah, dude, I've been there, bro. Sometimes I'll be, generally I'm not going to keep the viewing because I don't want to miss any part of the race, right? I'm going to keep the viewing to win. I'm not sure what you do for a little bit Saturday. Hey, I appreciate the positive vibes, bro. Yeah, man. I myself, my line of work is I slang rubber, dude. Oh, you are, man. You better listen to my word. Yeah. So DJ Evil Walker, KXP, Seattle, Washington. Speaking of DJs, she was just playing "Changes," the cover of the Black Sabbath song by Charles Bradley. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Which, if you guys are unfamiliar, man, highly suggest you check it out, man. I remember going through Changes, man. First heard that song, we were really heavily into Black Sabbath in high school. We used to drop a lot of LSD, smoke a lot of weed, and do a lot of skateboarding, and listen to a lot of Black Sabbath. But it was always like kind of like the weird like love song, which frankly I love, man. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved Stevie Wonder, I loved Earth, Wind and Fire, I loved Barbra Streisand, I loved everything, man. The fucking Bee Gees, right? I was mocked in many ways by a lot of my peers, but man, good music to me is good music. If it's passionate music, it doesn't matter what genre it is. It can be fucking Bad Brains. It can be Frank Sinatra. It can be Sade. It can be fucking Bob Marley. It can be whatever, man. If I'm feeling the fucking vibes, I'm feeling it. Anyways, but yeah, this dude Charles Bradley did a cover of it. Changes, fucking beautiful. So right after that, so this week on KXP, they're calling it 6 Degrees of Separation, where every song is connected to the previous song in Subway. And so she goes into fucking Crazy Train Ozzy, dude, right after that, man. How sick is that? I'm going up the rails on a crazy train. I'm gonna put it all right here. All right, we're geared up for race number 4. Hey, we got the V Room is out and about, dude. Hey, last of my kind, the homie. The Stamps is out and about. Got the broccoli with the cheddar. Dude, now she's going in some fucking Motorhead, dude. Check it out. Dude, what other radio station you know that you're going to be hearing like some random Motorhead song, man? Fucking sick. All right, so hey, as always, all my competitors, may you find success in whatever goal it is you have set ahead of yourselves to achieve. May we all either maintain or gain our sportsmanship / safety ratings. Have a fun-ass race, competitive race. For myself, I'm going to say it as always. My primary goal. Oh, this is Hellraiser from the movie. May we all either maintain or gain our sportsmanship / safety ratings. Have a fun-ass race. 24 flat. What the fuck did he... Oh, yeah, dude, he's a freak, man. You already know that, Doug. Yeah, you should see him in race, man. I was like, okay, man, like, I've been in races with him multiple times over the past year, near a year now, right? And when I first started seeing Crawler on course, man, it's like, this guy's pretty quick, man. And Man Dog is in the chat. Stokin Tuesday, aka Warriors Game DT, and Man Dog. Man Dog, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to work today. Everybody, Man Dog, everybody, Man Dog is the homie from the job. He hits me up yesterday as I'm getting the shop. He's like, Hector, what time do you work today? I've had like the same schedule for like 25 years. I don't know. I don't look at the fucking schedule. Oh yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, he's evolved into this fucking. I refer to him as the Gran Turismo 7 Phoenix rising from the ashes of heartache. What are you doing, bro? Go get it. Go. Are you gonna let me go get it? I think there's miscommunication between myself and the homie right there. Anyways, what was I saying though about the? Oh shit! What happened back there? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So, Man Dog calls me up. He's like, Hector, man, can you tell me what time I work today? And I'm like, dude, man, I have like a really difficult time reading like little things or little letters. My eyes are getting really bad, right, as I'm getting older. And I didn't have my bifocal glasses with me, right? So I'm like, I don't know what the fucking... It's like, look at the schedule and it says like Man Dog's not working. And so I tell him, I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't see a schedule. He's like, are you sure it says it's supposed to work? I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. Let me ask the supervisor, man. He'll know for sure, man. And then he checks in, and yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Man Dog, everybody, is the homie from the job. Super good dude. He's also got a little bit of a evil streak to him. But dude, nicest person you ever meet, and homeboy will often bring a bunch of snacks to the shop. It might be chocolate chip cookies, it might be some ice cream bars. Yeah, Man Dog is always hooking up the vibes, man. All right, so yeah, ultimate race of this Tuesday, Warriors game day. Glad I got in some racing, man. I was mentioning a lot early part of the stream, man. It's been some heavy ass times here in the U.S. I don't think we're out of the well, I know we're not out of the woods yet. Hopefully this very dark chapter in American history will go by sooner than later, man. But yeah, very scary time what's going on right now in this country. If you don't already know what's going on, pay attention. You know, do your diligence as far as making sure the information that you're seeing is accurate and clear, because there's a lot of false information being pushed out there by some nefarious characters, man. And yeah, be smart, guys, and look out for those around you that are in need of assistance, man, because there's a lot of behavior that for quite some time now has previous to the Donald Trump era starting, and I'm speaking specifically to racist white power groups and shit like that, man. They just kind of, in many ways, lurked under their rocks, and you know, they were always around, but you know, they didn't really. Whoa. Homie, so I read up the guy you were deporting. Alleged. That's the thing, right? And even if he quote unquote was, right, part of the gang, he did not get a day in court. Now, I may think that some people should die for the heinous acts of their crime, right? But I can't stand for the death penalty because of the fact that it could be an innocent man, right? We don't know. I'm not averse. Yes, I understand it. The homie had a federal protection order to not be to be shipped anywhere but El Salvador, where he himself feared for his safety there. So the fact that he had a federal here in the United States protective order not to be shipped there, and the fact that this whole immigration shit that's going on right now, at any rate, we're clarify you and I can't do politics. Yeah, well, all due respect on the course, brother, but yeah, I'm not going to hold my tongue when I come to my country being inundated with literal fascism and a wannabe dictator, man, in the Donald Trump, yeah. So, and just for the record, man, when it comes to gangs, I also mentioned this earlier, man. I grew up in Oakland. You can't. It's your channel. That's right. I grew up in the Bay, man, and in Oakland, California, man. When I was growing up as a teenager in the 80s, it was a very sketchy time in the Bay. At the time, Oakland was one of the murder capitals of the country. Crack cocaine had hit the streets. It was gnarly, man. You would hear gunshots often. It was sketchy, dude. But we knew what neighborhoods were cool to go to and what neighborhoods you didn't go to unless you had some business there, right? Myself being a little kid, the only time I might have some business, some of the rougher neighborhoods, was at the time go buy some weed off a street vendor, right? They sold other products, but back then I was just smoking weed. I got into heavier shit later. That's a whole nother story. Sober now a lot of years. Anyways, we knew where to go, right? You would see gang graffiti here and there, but I'd never encountered any gangsters, right? Well, I regress, man. And Too Short, hell yeah, Too Short was repping, man. Oakland, California, that's where I'm from. The city where the boys say you don't want none. Now, over the years as I got older, right, and then when I was younger, I remember there were a few cats in my hometown, well, the little town San Leandro where I mainly lived, that had a quote-unquote gang and whatever, right? You know, stupid-ass shit, right? But back then, you know, like, yeah, sure, there were, like, murders between, like, drug dealers and shit like that, right? But for the most part, if they were gangs, right, like kids from one neighborhood versus another neighborhood, kids fought with their fists, right? Little things like that. It wasn't gnarly, right? And I remember as I started getting into my early adulthood, I started seeing those gang symbols for the Latino gangs, right? Well, I'm not even gonna say their fucking names, but I would see this graffiti and I would hear about them in the news, but I never saw these guys, so it kind of, and in many ways, didn't affect me, right? And whatever, man. I remember I must have been about 19 or 20. I was in this town called Hayward, California, not too far, well, East Bay, and I encountered a legitimate straight out of jail Latino gang member guy, and motherfucker terrified me, man. I'd never encountered someone that had that level of fucking, he just had this look in his eyes, like straight out, you know, like that institutionalized stupid ass look where you could tell that person within their soul, right? They often say that the eyes are the gateway to the soul, right? You could tell this guy didn't have any compassion about shit. And I was like, wow, man, I'd never seen anything like that, especially myself being Latino, right? I would have never imagined that one Latino to another would try and you know, steal from another Latino, man. It just didn't make sense to me. You just don't do that to your own people. Fast forward, I moved up to Seattle, Washington. I moved up there for a lot of decades. A lot of drugs up there, sure, crime, etc., but nothing to the extent that it was in the East Bay. A bunch of friends of mine had just built this really cool skate park in this predominantly lower income, predominantly Latino neighborhood. And I remember when the park first opened, we all went there, and there's all like these little Mexican kids running around, right? And they're running around, and like none of them have skateboards. They're just running around this cool skateboard bowl thing. And I remember thinking to myself, like, dude, if this were around when I was these kids' age, I would have been like the happiest kid on the planet, right? And so I had a bunch of old spare parts, skateboard wheels, trucks, boards, etc. at the house. And so I brought down a bunch of the equipment down the park the next time I was there to give to the kids who didn't have anything, right? So they could learn how to ride skateboards at this park. They were all excited, right? And I gave away like 3 or 4 boards, right? Just extra parts that I had, right? They were all excited though, and after about a couple weeks, I go down the park, and the park all of a sudden has this Latino gang graffiti all over the park, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then after that, the kids weren't coming around anymore. As I understand it, in this particular neighborhood, the older gangster guys would basically recruit the young kids in the neighborhood to do like the petty shit type crime for them, sell the drugs, be lookouts, etc. And I remember thinking to myself, how disgusting is this that these guys have led lives of crime. They know what their lifestyle takes them to, and they're going to do that to the next generation of in their community, man, the younger man. And there's no other way for me to describe how fucking disgusting that is, man. Thank you. The fact that you're going to prey on your own community, the fact that you're going to prey on those that you know. Hey, Bentley, good morning to you. Yeah, if I'm discussing me, like, if I'm a quote unquote criminal, right? I think even in crime, you can have honorability, right? Let's just say, for example, I'm a criminal, gangster, whatever, right? I've done time. I know what my life of crime has led me to, man. And let's be blunt, some people that's just their path. I'm definitely not free of committing sins against other humans in my life, so I get that. But if I know where my life has taken me, I'm going to try and uplift those around me, right? Those little kids in my neighborhood that have this brand new skate park, instead of trying to pull them into a life of that there's no future, fucking, how about, you got money from crime? How about buy them a bunch of skateboards? How about tell the other gangsters, hey, this is an off-limit zone, right? This is for the kids, right? So that's what I find disgusting about those motherfuckers, man. So disgusting. I had a couple of run-ins with them again at the skate park. These gangster dudes up there up in Seattle. I came back to California, Central Valley, about 4.5 years ago now. My skateboard, one of the things I like to do is just get up and go ride my skateboard, find random new things to ride my skateboard on. So I'd like just driving around, going in different neighborhoods, exploring, and look for weird, obscure shit. So I come out here, I'm like, oh, there's all these Latino people, man. This is great, man. Everyone seems hella nice and da-da-da. Fuck no, dude. I come to find out they're actually gnarly motherfuckers out here. Very gnarly motherfuckers. I encountered them. They robbed me. And that's that. I definitely don't go to that fucking neighborhood no more. But it's disgusting, right? And so what I'm getting at is I understand having to crack down on crime, but even these fucking criminals, right? Even these guys, if we're to call ourselves the United States of America, they have to have due process, right? We're not a country that stands by torture, even though I'm sure that's always happened. But we don't come out and publicly admit to that, right? We're not a country that throws people into jails without any sort of trial. Now, whatever side of politics you stand on, whether or not you're into abortion, not into abortion, gun rights, not into gun rights, whatever, right? I think we all got to agree, man, there has to be due process in this country, man. We can't be a dictatorship. We're becoming everything that I personally despise. So, anyways, on that note, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I gotta go hit up the job. Everyone who showed up today, man, I appreciate y'all being here. C-Dubs, always good to see you. Glad you didn't get stopped again. The Philness, great racing. The Crawler, the Bentley, the Deepatha, the Wyoming Tom. Lead Pencil was out here. The Phoenix homie was out here. Who else was out here, man? Sheldologist was out here. The John Gisby was out here. Man, appreciate y'all stopping by to say what up, man. Yeah, see, here goes all the homies out here. Anyways, man, thanks everybody for stopping by. Yeah, the Garly, yeah. All right, so yeah, for y'all a great day. I'm gonna end my stream as always on fuck the war pigs, fuck the fascists. Stop shooting people, stop bombing people, stop being fucking kooks, man. As a whole, we can absolutely do better. Wherever you're at, if you have the opportunity, stand up, fucking protest. Yeah, man, these are scary times, man. So yeah, stop shooting people, stop bombing people. All love for you and yours. All stoked for you and yours. Whatever you do today, go get it. Keep your head in the clouds, your feet on the ground, one foot in front of the next. One able to be of service to another right there, and let's reward this ever so brief miracle we call life. I'm gonna get out of here. For y'all a great day, and go Warriors. Peace.